So this particular squash is a 5-pound squash. We've cut these squash into about 1-inch rings. Brush on both sides. Salt, pepper, garlic. Okay, we're going to put them in the oven now for 15 minutes on one side at 400, and then flip them at 15 minutes. Alexa, set a timer for 15 minutes.
15 minutes, starting now.
All right, it's out of the oven. We'll take one of the medium rings here, and all you can see is it just will come right out. Pesto spaghetti squash. Hi, I'm Charlie from CookingSecretsForMen.com. Well, recently, my good friend, Tom Garvey, the keto cook, had a video about spaghetti squash. Now, I've made spaghetti squash many times, but I've always cooked the entire squash. So this particular squash is a 5-pound squash, pretty big. When I was feeding multiple people in my house, cooking the entire squash made sense. However, now that it's just me and my wife, I need to cook on a smaller scale. So Tom's video on spaghetti squash opened my eyes. He cut the squash into rings, roasted the rings, and then froze them for future use. Genius. So thanks, Tom Garvey, for the inspiration. So I will be preparing and roasting the squash according to how I saw Tom do it. After we take it out of the oven, I'll serve one of the rings with a simple pesto sauce that we made this past summer with our bountiful basil harvest. Also froze the pesto. As we approach the holidays, I wanted to wish everyone out there a safe holiday season, no matter what you celebrate, and a prosperous new year. Here at Cooking Secrets for Men, we're going to try to do some different things in the new year. More live streaming, if I can figure it out. More fun collabs, an emphasis on healthier eating and cooking, but continuing to have a lot of fun creating content. So I'd like to do some one-on-one chats with some of my fellow YouTubers during some of these live streams. That's if I can figure out the technical stuff. If you saw my last live stream, you'd know that I haven't gotten it down yet. So, also inspired by Tom Garvey, I'd like to do some live cooking. I'm doing a cooking class here for the people in my building in February, and I hope to live stream the class. Stay tuned for the fun stuff for the new year. So, we're going to go ahead and get this ready to roast, and we'll show you how we do it. All right, so we've done our prep work. We've cut these squash into about 1-inch rings. You can see. We hollowed out the seeds in the middle, and we have preheated our oven to 400 degrees. And when we cook them, we're going to cook 15 minutes on one side, and then flip them over and 15 on each side. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take some olive oil, and we're going to brush on both sides. If you have one of these, it was the end piece, you can go ahead and put some oil in it, or some, and then we're going to turn these. Brush the other side. Just a tip to all you guys who are sloppy like me, make sure you brush away from your body instead of, because then you get oil all over you. And we brush both sides. I'm going to add a little salt, pepper, garlic to both sides. So we'll turn all these over. Okay, we're going to put them in the oven now for 15 minutes on one side at 400, and then flip them at 15 minutes and bake for another 15, so be in for 30 minutes. Alexa, set a timer for 15 minutes.
15 minutes, starting now.
Alexa, auxiliary kitchen timer. All right, it's out of the oven, steaming, smell great. So what we'll do is go over and actually take out the spaghetti strands from the squash and then add our pesto sauce. All right, so we have our spaghetti squash that we've roasted. I'm Got a plate we're going to serve on, and this is some pesto we made from the summer and froze. This is very simple. We'll take one of the medium rings here, and all you can see is it just will come right out. And one of these rings is enough for one serving. So what we'll do is just take a little pesto. Have a nice little pesto spaghetti squash. Okay. So we're going to freeze the rest of these as is, and then on a night when we want to cook or don't want to cook, we've got a bunch of spaghetti squash ready to go. This one will probably feed 2 people. So I hope you enjoyed this quick video. Thank you to Tom Garvey for the inspiration. Many meals that we'll be having from this in the winter as we hibernate. Thanks so much for being supportive. If you would like and subscribe. Check us out on our website where the recipes are, cookingsecretsformen.com. Check out Tom Garvey, the keto cook, and his great recipes. And as always, thanks for watching. So I will be preparing. We take it out of the oven. We'll serve it with one of we here at Cooking Secrets for Men have a little more room to make the. So what we'll do is